Shalom, I'm going to call this Sedition Among Men. First, I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai, Bashem Al-Kakadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to you fellow Akim out there pushing out this word in true sincerity. Alright, so this is your brother Kanak once again doing an in-transit lesson. And this lesson here will be called Sedition Among Men. I have a definition of the word sedition, and basically this lesson, which is on the fly, this in-transit on the fly lesson is basically inspired by, my feed on my YouTube. And basically I was watching a video on RT, how they're bringing up all these different protests that are happening all around the world. Okay, and last week there was protests happening. You have Hong Kong, you have protests in Iraq. They're really not really talking about. You have protests in Ecuador, where the Ecuadorian president, he declared basically martial law, a curfew. Okay, there's always protests going down there in Venezuela. They've been dealing with that for years. Okay, and you have protests also in Spain. Okay, and you actually have leaders that have been jailed for actual sedition. The crime was sedition. I have this quick little article because there's something strange going on, so to speak, to an unlearned person's eyes. Okay, because all these things are happening simultaneously. Okay, simultaneously in these different countries, these different states, and they're all going against the government. Okay, and some are turning very violent. Some people have died. Okay, so this is an article on Rutgers. I'm just going to read a little bit of it, just to give you a little bit of information on what's going over there in Spain. And them police are beating protesters. Okay, they're not playing around. Spain jails Catalan separatist leaders, sparking protest clashes. Okay, and you can type that in and the article will pop up, or you can just type in Spain riots or protesting, and you're going to have some articles that pop up. It says Spain's Supreme Court on Monday jailed 9 Catalan separatist leaders for between 9 and 13 years for their role in a failed independence bid, a decision that triggered mass protests in the region and left the future course of the dispute uncertain. Barcelona's international airport became the focal point of the protests as thousands rallied at its entrance. Riot police charged at the crowd on several occasions, using batons and firing foam balls to prevent the risk of a forced mass entry, police said. At least 3 people were arrested in the region. So this is a new protest that's going on, because the people are displeased on how the government is being ran. Okay, and who's running these governments? Well, the spirit of America is running these governments, if not America themselves, through puppet leaders. That whole democracy that has pretty much destroyed civilization. Okay, it's pretty much forced you into being a slave. Okay, and relying on the government for everything. And now these things are getting taken away from you people. All right, and more hardcore laws are being implemented, and these people are going crazy. Let me look at this definition of the word sedition. Okay, then I'm gonna get a scripture. The word sedition, I just typed this in Google, and a dictionary popped up. I'll get like two definitions. It says conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority or of a state or monarch. Let me read that again. Conduct or speech exciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. Okay. Basically, the word in the etymon means apart, or to violent strife. Okay, it means going apart when you break the word down. And these people, they're upset of how the government is treating them. Okay, You have gas prices skyrocketing. Okay, in the States also, the gas is going up, just like the protests over there in France. All right, you have protests going on in Haiti, and these things are all turning violent, by the way, and they're happening all around the world. That's just another indicator that we're at the end of the world. Okay, we're at the end of this man's system, and we know that the Satan's about to come down. Okay, this is 2nd Ezra 15. And for woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right, we're coming into that time of 2nd Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra 16. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. These things are going on right now. You have the government or the people going against the government, and these violent protests that are happening. And best believe you, these things are going to come to America. Okay, you Americans going to finally wake up out of that deep sleep that you're in. Okay, when you really start getting hit economically, that's when it's going to happen. When you're not able to feed your children, that's when it's going to happen. When the lights go out, okay, when a natural disaster is in your face, okay, when Jake starts rioting, man, then people want to wake up. But you know what? The Most High is going to wake you up. Okay, He's going to wake you up, and He's trying to wake you up. Our people, but our people are fast asleep. They can't put these things together. Okay, as in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter says, "Measure thou the time diligently in itself." Okay, and how do you measure the time? Well, you measure the time through the measuring tool, which is the scriptures. And we know through these signs that are happening, which this sedition among men, that's basically what a protest is. And these things are now turning violent. In certain of these countries, people have died due to these protests. Or, like a flash bomb grenade went off and, took somebody's hand off. Smoke grenade took somebody's hand off, or these rubber bullets, taking people's eyes out. You have over there in France, you have a lot of the police officers, because of the long hours and the hard work that they're doing, they're killing themselves. So this is bringing even more of a problem, to where you're gonna have to have the police, you're gonna have the military come in, just like in Ecuador, they have the military came in. So you people here in Babylon, okay, aka America, okay, the land of unwalled villages, all right, you're comfortable here, because nothing really has touched you. That's why the scriptures speak about this being the virgin daughter of Babylon, because nothing has touched Babylon. There's really no great war, okay, on the shores of America. Okay, let me read verse 15 again. For their sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men. So we just read what that word sedition means. Okay, basically a rebellion. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes. And in certain instances, like in Hong Kong, if they get a hold of a police officer, they're beating them down. Okay, they're beating the brakes off of them. And this is going to lead to a death of a police officer. And what are those governments? What are they going to do? Well, that's going to give them that excuse to bring in more military action, to really arm the police, to militarize the police, or to actually bring in the military. Okay, and then don't let a distraught citizen bring a gun and start shooting. It's going to turn out to all-out war. As the scriptures say, one people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands, meaning guns. All right, those modern-day swords. With a sword is a killing instrument. Okay, and a modern-day sword now is a gun. Okay, which shoots projectiles. All right, and if you get hit with a gun, man, don't get hit in the wrong place. You're out of there. Okay. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings and princes, meaning their leaders, okay, from the the highest level of office to the lowest level of office, to these police officers, these peace officers. They're not going to regard the government, okay? And these things are going to happen to America. See, America sees these things and on TV, on Fox News, okay, MSNBC, and oh man, it's terrible. Look at these third world countries. Look what's going on. Well, these things are going to come. These things are going to come to modern civilization, and they're going to be worse. Okay, because your amenities are going to be taken away from you, and you're going to go crazy when you can't get gas, when you can't turn on the lights and the lights turn on. Okay, when you can't just go to the store and get food. All right, you're going to go crazy. And the course of their action shall stand in their power, meaning they're going to be able to do what they want, do what they please. All right, nobody's going to come up against them. All right, you're going to have a lot of women getting ravished. All right, you women, let me bring out this scripture. You women are going to have a hard time, okay, when all these things happen, because whole society is going to break down. And you women depend on the government as your man to protect you. What happens when the government is not there to protect you? Well, we already know what's going to happen. You're going to be the prey. And you have a lot of men out here that are going to prey upon the weak. All right, because it's going to come down to only the strong survive. It's going to be animalistic. You're going to really see the animalistic behavior of these people. All right, the carnal behavior of these people. They're going to see food and they're not going to think, okay, nothing about killing you, putting you to death for that food, because they don't know when the next day they're going to eat or how they're going to be able to feed their family. That's the time that we're coming into, okay? And a lot of you women, you're going to get taken by surprise. Okay, this is Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Yeah, you women are totally careless. And this is throughout the whole planet Earth for the most part. Not so much in these third world countries when there's still dominant. The man still has dominance, and women don't really have a say-so. There's not so-called, women's rights. But in these westernized societies, especially these westernized societies, where you women got that loud ass mouth, when you backstab all these different men, you play games with them, you have a good time here in these first world countries like America and in the EU. More so America. I'll say more so America. Let's just focus in on America, because what's going to happen to America is going to be like no other time. Okay, these other countries, they've experienced some type of heartbreak. Women experience being humbled. But here in Babylon, okay, where you have the Statue of Liberty, the woman, all right, you women have never experienced this on a high level where you're going to fear for your life. That's the time we're coming into, because the whole society is going to break down, okay? And we just read that in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, that they're not going to regard their princes, nor their kings. They're not going to regard the president, what the president has to say. They're not going to regard what the governor or the mayor has to say. They're not going to regard what the military has to say. People are going to take up arms. So just like if they see food, they're going to take it. When they see a woman, which a woman is also known as what? Booty. They're going to take it also. Let me read that again. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear to my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. Yeah, you women are careless. Okay. You able to go? Esau gives you a job now. Now you got pride on you. You got pride. You got money. You can go get your car. You're doing better off than most men. Majority of the time, or a man is taking care of you. Okay. So it says, many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall come. Yeah, those goodies, those amenities, those special privileges that you get here in Babylon for being a woman. Okay, you can be a woman and get housing. You can get a woman, a man will just come see you and take care of you. And you can do all type of crazy shit to him. You can take his kids, you can take his money. Okay, how many men have been, well, the scriptures say many have won out of their wits for women. All right, so we're coming into the time where men, they're not going to regard the government. And what's going to happen, you women, which are the weaker vessel, you're going to be taken advantage of. Okay? And the Most High has not allotted you to get with a man of the elect. You're going to be out there, man. You're going to be out there, you know, and it's not going to be pretty. Okay? It's not going to be a pretty sight at all. This is what the scripture says. It says, tremble. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled. See, you women should be trembling right now. Just as the whole world should be trembling. Because of the things that are about to come to this place. Great judgment, heavy judgment is about to come to America. Okay, and these different seditions that are springing up throughout the four corners of the world, that's just an indicator that these things are close. Okay, while you Americans are, you know, busy in the idiot box or on social media, on your phone, on Facebook, okay, great sorrows are being prepared for you. Okay, especially you women. It says, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless, you careless ones. See, you're the most careless out of them all. Strip you and make you bare, and gird up sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful barns. Yeah, you're going to wish that things were the same, you know? You're going to wish that America was that great nation once again. Or even in the state that is in now. Even though it's hell going on, you're going to wish that you're able to call 911. You know, you're able to go to, you're ready to, you know, get on a dating app and have a sucker come pick you up and take you to go get dinner. Okay, and play that dude. You're gonna wish that you're able to just go to the mall. You know, be able to, you know, if you're in trouble, call a man. That's not gonna happen. You're gonna be, you know, you're gonna be taken advantage in that day. Okay. So you're gonna lament. You're gonna be in a state of mourning during that time, and nobody's gonna come to save you. Okay, that's what's going to happen to Babylon. That's what's getting ready. That's what's being prepared for this place right now. And how do we know? We know that through the scriptures. Let me bring out another scripture. We know that through the signs, and all signs lead to what? The breakdown of the society. Okay, thermonuclear fire. Okay, the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Okay. All these prophecies are going to come to pass in your lifetime. Well, they're actually coming to pass in your lifetime. They're coming to pass in your lifetime actively right now. Okay, the mark of the beast is being prepared to be issued. They have already implemented it. Okay, on certain levels. They just have to make this mandatory. They're breaking down all these societies. Why do you think there's uproars? This is part of Esau's order out of chaos. Because through that, he's going to bring in this new system. And you women are going to die for that system. That's why a lot of women are going to take that RFID microchip. Because Esau's going to come in and say, look, I can restore balance. I can restore order. Okay? But that's really when, you know, the Most High is going to take this man out. Let me bring this out. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. So the vision was for an appointed time, to be accomplished at the end, and it said at the end it shall speak, meaning it's going to be made plain. Well, it's going to say that. I think that says, yeah, it said. Let me go to 2, verse 2. It says, and the Lord answered me, and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Now we understand it. Okay, and now we're breaking it down to you. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So we're telling you that that the prophecies are not lying, that they're coming to pass. We're continually bringing out these scriptures, showing you, that these things are happening. Okay? It's only up to you if you believe them or not, and you take action or not, right? It's up to you. But at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, because at one point it was tarrying. It wasn't quite here yet because we weren't at the end. But now we're at the end. Okay, and we're not even at the very end. All right, there's still certain things that have to happen. Esau really has to push this chip. All right, there has to be mass outcry, sedition among men, but it's happening. Just like last week, brothers did video on these different seditions happening. You have more seditions the following week. So you see how these things are happening little by little, and then next thing you know, boom, all hell. Okay, all hell. Well, you already have hell happening in different parts of the world. Okay, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So we're showing you these things, we're telling you these things. Okay, to prepare yourself, you Israelites. Now, if you don't want to prepare yourself, our job is done. Okay, we told you. All right, the scriptures tell us to warn our people, to show our people, to tell our people whether they hear or whether they forbear. So the time to get right with Yahweh Shema Shai is very short. And if you want to lollygag and you want to put it off, let me bring out another scripture. We're just going to end it. Okay? Because the scriptures tell us not to put off day to day from serving the Lord. Okay? Let me just bring it out. Just give me a second. One second. This is I believe this is it. Yep, this is it. Ecclesiasticus, so in Apocrypha 5 and 7, and it reads, it says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. So just as the Lord, he's making these prophecies come to pass, he's not tarrying with his prophecies. The Lord said, make no tarrying to come and turn to him. Okay? And put not off from day to day. Oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'm gonna get serious next week. I'm gonna serve the Lord next week when all these things are happening right before your face. Okay, you have to be an idiot not to turn to the Lord. Okay, you have to be a fool. For suddenly, read that again. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So you don't want to get caught up in the day of the Lord's vengeance, man. That's not something that you want to take. That's not something you want to take part of. Because the Lord's vengeance is coming, and he's preparing vengeance as we speak. There was another earthquake that happened today out here in the Bay Area. One just happened yesterday. That rocked the whole Bay Area. A lot of people felt it. Okay, and that's another sign that the Lord was visiting the earth. Okay, and he's not visiting the earth with hugs and kisses, and he sent the prophets back to preach about famines, about mournings, about woes, about destruction. So you Israelites, you need to come to serve the Lord. You need to come back to serve the Lord. If you don't, hey, you're going to get caught up in these things. We're just the messengers, okay? So I pray that you brothers will edify, a few sisters that watch the videos also. These things are going to happen. Continue to pray to the Lord, man, to put that spirit upon you. That's the most important thing, is to pray to Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? So I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shema Shai, my power. Until next time, shalom to the elect.